Hey guys, how you guys doing? Hoping you're having a wonderful week. This is your weekly update. We got to talk about two main things that happened this week that really we just need to focus on, and it needs our attention. Number one, North Korea and Trump's trip to Asia. Number two, what is going on in the Middle East at this point? First, we'll hit on North Korea, guys. Trump is in Asia this whole entire week trying to bolster alliances, but also form new alliances. He's trying to change certain people's perspective on North Korea and how to handle them. All right. The most successful trip, when it comes to North Korea so far has been Japan. Japan is on the same level as the Trump administration on how to handle North Korea. They want denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula by any means. They've made that clear. They are ready for military action if need be. Next, South Korea. South Korea elected President Moon. He's always, a big proponent of talks with North Korea, how we have to bring them to the table. But, on the other hand, Moon has been getting his country's defenses ready. Missile defense is there. He's been buying U.S. military hardware. He's getting his military ready for a potential conflict. And then China and President Xi. It seems like China and the United States aren't exactly on the same page. They both say that they want denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula, but the two ways of that happening are vastly different from each other. The U.S. is saying that they're ready to go to war if need be. China is saying let sanctions work, give them time. The U.S. is saying there's no more road to kick the can down. Right now, as we speak, naval forces are gathering to get ready for drills in that region. We've got Japan, South Korea, and the United States with their 3 U.S. aircraft carriers in that region getting ready to drill. We haven't seen any provocations from North Korea for a while now, but we have heard them threaten to do an above-ground nuclear test. And Donald Trump has created this no-fly zone around that area. So another test may be coming. We're going to have to wait and see. The situation at this point is it's kind of getting polarizing. We're at the point where we don't know exactly what's going to happen next. It seems very much like the calm before the storm, as Donald Trump stated a couple weeks ago. Now let's switch over to the Middle East and Saudi Arabia. All right, we know that the ex-Prime Minister Hariri of Lebanon had this meeting with an Iranian official, guys, and a couple days later went to Saudi Arabia and out of nowhere resigned in Saudi Arabia. A lot of people believe he was forced to resign because in his little video that he made where he did resign, he blamed Iran and Hezbollah for his resignation. He said that he had no control of his country, that Hezbollah did, and they were backed by Iran. But he had this meeting with an Iranian official a couple days before this. None of it adds up. It does seem like he was forced. And as this is happening, Saudi Arabia is coming out and they're having some pretty strong rhetoric against Lebanon. Hezbollah, they came out and stated that Saudi Arabia has basically declared war. We have multiple countries telling their citizens and their embassies to get out of Lebanon immediately. Kuwait sending private jets to go pick up their citizens from Lebanon. We've got a leaked cable from Israel stating that they're telling all of their embassies to talk to the highest officials of those countries basically negatively towards Iran. We've also heard that Israel is allowing Saudi Arabia to use their airspace if need be. And a lot of people are believing that Israel might be the one to strike Lebanon. That Israel and Saudi Arabia have formed an alliance against Iran. And at this point, basically, the proxy wars between Saudi Arabia and Iran are over. Speaking of a proxy war in Yemen, from Yemen, a ballistic missile was fired towards the capital of Saudi Arabia. It was intercepted, and they found the missile parts. Now we're being told from Saudi Arabia, from the Crown Prince, who is about to take over his father's duty, on the throne, and from the U.S. Air Force, who seems to be backing, the U.S. seems to be backing Saudi Arabia, that these ballistic missiles that were fired were from Iran. and they bore Iranian markings. So the blame is being put on Iran. So a justified war, in their minds, could be coming. The proxy wars seem to be over, and it seems like the big war in the Middle East is about to begin between Saudi Arabia and Israel and Iran. Now at this point, this could spiral out of control, guys, and we could see multiple different countries, at least in the background, supporting these nations that are at war in the Middle East. The US and the West could be backing Saudi Arabia and Israel, and Russia and China, and perhaps even Pakistan could be supporting Iran. This is something that is not going to go away. Most likely over this weekend and next week, we're going to have a bunch of new developments. I'm sure that we're going to see an actual hot conflict in Lebanon occur, whether it's Israel who strikes or Saudi Arabia who strikes, or maybe a combination of both. That's what we're going to have to see. This has been your weekly update, guys. As more information about all of this and more comes out, we'll discuss it, guys. Enjoy your weekend. If any more breaking news happens, I'll try to make a video, try to let you guys know. But it's the weekend, guys. Enjoy a few beers. Say a few prayers, because we need them. The world needs them. And keep your eyes to the skies. Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful weekend.